I found something terrifying in my walls. This story haunts me to this day. I warn all of you that it's pretty disturbing. I recently moved into a new apartment complex. I'm 19 and I just started college, and this place seemed perfect: affordable rent, close to the campus, and relatively modern. But from the very first night, I started hearing banging noises coming from the walls. At first, I thought it was just the old building settling or maybe noisy neighbors. The banging wasn't constant, but it happened frequently enough to keep me awake at night. It sounded like someone was hitting the wall with their fists. I asked the neighbors, but they all said they didn't hear anything. I even mentioned to the landlord, but he brushed it off, saying the building has character. One night, the banging was so loud and persistent that I couldn't ignore it anymore. I decided to take matters into my own hands. I noticed that the noise was always coming from the same spot in my bedroom wall, so I figured I'd open it up. I made an excuse to myself that I needed to run some new electrical wiring. I had been wanting to set up a better sound system for my studies and relaxation time, so it seemed reasonable enough. I borrowed some tools from a friend and started to carefully cut into the drywall. My heart was racing, but I kept going. When I finally made a hole big enough to see inside, I shined a flashlight into a dark space. What I saw made my blood run cold. There, inside the wall, was a man. His eyes were wide open but lifeless. His mouth was covered with duct tape and his hands were tied behind his back. It was clear he had been dead for a long time, but the sight was still horrifying. I stumbled back, nearly dropping the flashlight, and called the police immediately.